Hey, welcome to Mama Mandala, where magic is somatic. I'm Hagar. So glad we get to have this moment together. There are times when we feel very deeply aligned with what's going on around us, times when what's going on in the world really gets to us. Maybe that's you right now. And if so, with everything that's going on, deep breaths, right? Deep breaths. There are times when we are in line and in alignment with the season, and there are times when the cycle of the moon, the lunar cycle, we're very in tune with the phase of the moon we're in, and there are times when our own processes, our own projects, whatever it is that's going on in our own lives and whatever it is that's going on with us, it has a completely different rhythm, pace, and energy than that of what's going on around us. One of the things that enrich our lives is when we are in relationship, both internally with our own experience, with the depth of our experience. And this is, in a way, a lot of what we hear about what yoga is, what spiritual practice is, what meditation is to bring ourselves into presence, right? Bring ourselves into being present and awake and aware and alert and grounded in what is actually happening to us and what is actually going on around us. That's very much mindfulness in a way. But there's also parts of the yoga tradition very much under the umbrella of yoga and of spirituality that actually turn us away from the world, turn us away from ourselves, turn us even away from our feelings, telling us that what we're feeling, what we're experiencing, the movements of our consciousness, of our thoughts and experiences are not the point. And those are called nivritti yogis, the yoga that turns us away from the world, the yoga that turns us toward the world, toward our experience, toward what is actually going on is pravriti yoga. Those are two Sanskrit terms. And I think personally that grounding ourselves in the world, rooting ourselves in the season, having a relationship with the cycle of the moon, and being aware and present to what is going on in me and to what is going on in my life is really helpful. Having our vision for where we want to go and what we want to do fed and nourished in the soil of what's happening is really important. And sometimes what is happening is in contrast to where we want to go, to what our vision is, to what we want to create, to how we want to bring ourselves to the world and what we want to get, the goals that we have. And the contrast, the what seems to be like a conflict, what seems to be in opposition, can actually be helpful and nourishing and enriching. To be able to turn to the presence, to the present and to the presence of all the things that are going on, and at the same time being in this nourishing role of what we want to nurture and bring forth, even when they are in contrast, conflict, opposition, can be very helpful and can become the soil of great growth. All of that to invite you to expand the vision, to expand your capacity to see yourself and the world and the relationship, to grow the relationship that you have with yourself and with the world. All of that to expand us, to grow us, to bring us into deeper connection within and around us. So we're going to do a practice right now to warm things up a little bit and bring presence to our vision and presence to where we are so that our vision can grow in the soil of what is happening. So bring yourself right now to your mat. I'm going to stand on the wide side of the mat, because we're going to stretch our legs and separate them in a moment. And yes, I am wearing jeans because sometimes our practice, we don't show up to it. If we need to change, if we need to go run and get our kids, sometimes we have to do our practice, our practice of presence, and our practice of expanding our awareness and growing who we are with the clothes that we're already wearing. So release your arms by your sides. Take a slow, deep inhalation. And with your exhalation, ground your feet deeply into the earth. Feel the ground beneath you and root yourself into it. Reach your arms up high with a slow, deep inhalation. Circle the arms up. And with a slow exhalation, slowly lower your hands through the front of your face and to the front of your heart. Bring a tone to the back of the throat so that your breath makes a resonant sound. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Ujjayi pranayama. Exhale, lower your hands through the front of your face and to the front of your heart. And with every breath, allowing yourself to arrive more deeply in the complexity of life. There's a lot of things going on. Inhale, reach your arms up high. You don't need to turn yourself away from your life. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart in order to do yoga, in order to engage. In fact, yoga as a concept of deeper engagement and connection, reach your arms up high one more time, is an invitation to turn to all the parts. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. So to bring awareness to all the things, as many things as you can bring awareness to that are going on. Separate your feet a little bit wider, not all the way wide. And inhale, open the arms out to the sides. Turn your chest a little up to the sky, maybe your gaze as well. And with an exhalation, slight bend in the knees. Bring your arms and wrap them around your chest. Give yourself a sweet, loving hug. And then inhale, open the arms out. Look up high, turn your chest to the sky, and exhale. Bend the knees a little bit, round the back, wrap your arms around you. Inhale, stretch and open your arms. So you're connecting both outwardly, out into the world. Exhale, wrap the arms around, bring the opposite arm on top. And you're connecting inwardly. You're feeling into what's happening, what's going on with you. Inhale, open the arms out. And that's okay. Maybe there's value sometimes to turn ourselves away from what's happening. Exhale and wrap your arms around you. And turn only inside and listen in there for a little bit. Release your arms and separate your feet even wider. Take a wide-legged stance. Feet parallel, deep breath. Circle the arms up high. And exhale, bend the knees, reach your hips back and your chest forward. But you don't have to turn yourself away from the world, fingertips to the floor, away from yourself, away from your feelings, your experiences, your thoughts, your emotions. Inhale, stretch your chest forward, lengthen forward, bend your knees a little more deeply, reach your hips back. And exhale, fold back in, chest toward the space between your legs, knees still bent for this one. Inhale. Stretch your chest forward, look forward, hips back. And exhale back in. Because sometimes we have a really strong, powerful vision. I know that for myself, so I think maybe some other people feel the same. Stretch your legs straight or straighter. So depending on your flexibility and your hamstrings and your lower back and what's happening in your body. You can also do this if fingertips to the floor is too much for you. You can do this touching a couch, excuse the view, or a table or a chair. So put your hands on something so that you're not stressing your lower back and your hamstrings. Walk your upper body now to the right. I'm mirroring you. And fold between your legs, but more toward your right leg. Slow breath. Stretch the whole left side of your body from your left hip all the way through your left armpit and then through the fingertips of your left hand and deeply into the earth. See, it's relational. There's a lot of parts. Slow breathing. And walk your upper body to the left. Slow breath. Ground and anchor into the balls of your feet. Engage your legs. You're not just kind of collapsing over. There's engagement. There's the yoga. There's engagement in the world. Because when you show up to your mat and you show up to your life and you're engaged in life, when you're on the mat and engaged in yoga, right, in your sadhana, in your spiritual practice, when you're in your life, then the yoking really happens. Both are happening. You are engaged and connected to the inner vision. Walk your upper body back to center and fold back in with a slow exhalation, and to reality. Ground through your legs, bend your knees, hips back, chest forward. Inhale, circle the arms and come all the way up. And exhale, lower your hands and bring them through the front of your face to the front of your heart. Bring your feet toward each other so that they are as wide as your hips, and interlace your fingers behind your back. If this is too much for you, and interlacing your fingers behind your back as you stretch your arms behind you is too much for your body. I'm looking for my strap. I didn't bring that with me. You can put a blanket. See, I grab whatever I have. Sometimes you just have to use whatever you have. A sweatshirt, a scarf, and then stretch your arms behind you. Go as wide as you need to in order to keep your shoulders safe. Take a deep breath in, and with an exhalation, bend the knees, reach your hips back and your chest forward, and fold forward. Arms reach up and over the head. Slow breath. Being present to the sensations that you have in your body. And I say we. I wanted to say we want to. And I don't know, maybe you don't want to. But I want to. Be able to give myself permission to not always be present. Oh my God, I know I said a very revolutionary thing that some people might get angry about that. Bend the knees. Take your hips back and your chest forward. Inhale. Come up. And then release the arms and reach your arms all the way over your head. And exhale, lower your hands through the front of your face to the front of the heart. Sometimes we actually need to space out. We need to not be present. We need to be able to let things get a little blurry. We need to sometimes think about the future, and sometimes we need to sink into memories because that's how we learn from the past. So we want to be able to give ourselves space to do, not to do, but to experience all the different varieties of our human condition. Not to act necessarily from all of the different aspects of our human condition, but to feel into it, be present with it, all of it. Separate your feet wide as your mat. I don't mean to sound preachy, sorry, but I feel very passionate about that. Interlace the fingers behind your back, opposite index finger on top, or again, use a strap or blanket or sweatshirt. Deep breath in, stretch your arms back. And exhale slowly, bend the knees and stretch your arms over your head. So see, you're bringing yourself right now in the practice and how you're moving your body to different positions, to different ways of seeing. You're opening up, you're turning more in. Slow breath. You're stretching over, you're twisting around things. Because our vision and our presence, release your fingertips to the floor and look forward with an inhalation. Bring your left hand, to the space between your shoulders, a little more forward, and then reach your right arm up to the sky with a slow breath, twist, exhalation to the right. Lengthen your spine now, so hips back and crown of the head forward, so it's going in both directions as you turn your chest up to the sky. So you're twisting around your vision. You're letting your vision of where you want to go and of where you really are become something you look at through different angles, in different ways, through twists and turns. So it's not direct and clear, because it never is going to be. And whenever you think you're really clear, check it, right? Inhale, untwist. Bring yourself back to center. Right hand in the middle, left arm up to the sky into a twist. Slow breath. Hips reach back. Crown of the head lengthens forward. So the spine now lengthens in both directions, in two directions, opposite directions at the same time. Throw your chest up to the sky as you reach your left arm up and twist. Slow breath. And stretching body parts in opposite directions at the same time reminds us too that we can move in directions, in really in visions that maybe contradict one another, and yet can live in complement, in relationship of support. And that in fact can maybe even enrich us. Inhale back to center, and exhale, fold deeply in. Hold the backs of your ankles and draw yourself a little more deeply in if that feels okay for you. You need to bend your knees, bend your knees. If you can keep them straight and go a little more deeply into the extension, go for it. Root down, ground through your legs and circle your arms up with a deep inhalation. Knees bent on your way up to help protect your spine. And exhale, bring your hands slowly through the front of your face and to the front of your heart. Turn your right toes out. Again, I'm mirroring you. Right toes out. Keep your left foot where it is. Deep breath. Stretch your arms out to the sides and exhale. Bend deep into your right knee. Warrior two. Widen the right knee to the right as you take the front of your left hip bone back. So you're doing, again, those two parts moving back behind you is in contradiction, but you feel how that's strengthening you. It strengthens the core, it strengthens the hips, the legs. Slow breath. Bringing our visions to life can take a lot of work. Being present with what is going on, being with presence with ourselves and with life can be a lot of work, can require a warrior kind of quality from us. Inhale, stretch your right leg straight and stretch the right arm up and over your head. Strong legs still, even though the legs are stretching. Exhale into triangle very slowly. Pull your legs energetically towards each other as you bring your right fingertips to the floor and stretch your left arm up and over your head and breathe. Root into the ball of your right foot, ground into the left heel, and turn your chest up to the sky. As you turn your chest up to the sky, draw the front of your hip bones, the ASISs, toward each other so that deep engagement can help protect your lower back, your sacrum area, by strengthening the lower belly and the hips. Root down deeply through your legs. Again, keep your legs strong. Draw the legs towards each other and inhale, come up. And then exhale, turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Slow, deep breaths. Being present with yourself. Arms out, deep breath. Exhale, bend deep into your left knee. Slow breathing. Widen the left knee to the left. Draw the left front of the left hip bone back. Draw the legs towards each other as you bend deep into your left knee. Slow breath. The contrast that the light just went. I think the electricity went, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going with you even though my lighting just went bad on me. Bringing the parts of us that are in contrast to one another into a woven together relationship. Inhale, stretch your left leg straight. Take your left your right hand down your right leg, left arm over your head, deep breath. And with an exhalation, triangle pose. That helps us become human beings that are living with a bit of a willingness to do something deeper than the flattening or the current flattening of the world. I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise coming from something that's going on with the electricity and somebody fixing something. So here we go. Bear with me. I'm with you there. But I almost feel like part of the teaching is to do this and not do this perfectly and not go and now stop the video and re-record it, because the point is that life throws at us a lot of different pieces, that life is complex, that there's things that come up, and still, can we stay engaged? Can we breathe? Can we reflect? Can we feed and nourish our vision and our desires? The life that we want to lead, even when it's not necessarily easy. Ground through the legs. Inhale, come up. And turn your left toes in. Bring your legs toward one another. Shake out your legs. Shake out your arms. Ground and root deeply into your feet. Reach your arms up high. Deep breath. In, lift your fingers over your head. Turn your palms up and stretch and lift through the upper body. Deep, slow inhale. Exhale and release your arms. Stand on your right foot and lift your left leg up. I'm mirroring you again. We're going to bring the left foot to the inner right thigh and bring your hands together in front of your heart. Slow breath, tree pose, Vrikshasana. Stabilize your gaze. If you can, if that feels okay for you, you can stretch your arms over your head. You can also stand next to a wall so that you can put one hand at the wall if you need to. Slow breath. And you're taking the stance of a tree, which learns from the underground, from the underworld, from the depth of the soil, from the darkness. Deep breath. And exhale to release, to relax, to shake it out again. Just because I'm vain, I'm going to try to get the light back on. Let's see if it worked. It worked! Hooray! Okay, good. Stand on your left foot and lift your right leg up. And bring your right foot to your inner thigh and hands together in front of your heart. And if you fall like I do, breathe. And the tree teaches us not only to root down into dark soil, but to also reach and lift and lengthen. You can lift your arms if that feels okay for you. And stretch toward sunlight, stretch toward moonbeams. Move with the wind, because the wind that comes and throws the tree around is actually what makes the tree stronger. You know that trees can't survive without struggle? It's interesting. Interesting to think about that. Slow breath. Can you feed and nourish your vision of where you want to go and what you want to create and who you want to be and how you want to become with your struggles, with the difficulties, with the disappointments? Can you compost those and turn them into nourishment? Release your leg, release your arms. Shake it out. Bring now your left foot outside of your right knee, okay? Flex your foot. Bend the right knee and reach your hips back. You can put your hands on your thighs, or you can put your hands on a wall or a couch or a chair or a table, something that you can put your hands on to be more supported. Or slowly bring your fingertips to the floor. Slow breath. Bend deep into your right knee. Relax your head. You can put your hand, your right hand, on the ball of your left foot and push the hand and the foot into each other. And let that resistance become, again, something you grow through. That expands the right hip. And when I say right, I mean left. Not always, but sometimes. Slowly come up, hips back, chest forward, and only release the leg after you come up, because that's healthier and safer for your knee. Okay, so when the knee's in this position and you're in a forward bend, releasing the foot before you come up, it's not necessarily going to be injurious, but there's a greater chance. Just know that, even for the future, even if I'm not with you, for the future. Releasing the leg before, when the knee is in this precarious position, is actually more dangerous for it. So bring your foot outside of your knee, bend the knee. So better to give your hips more space when you release your foot out, when the knee is in this position. I did not say that in an articulate way that made me sound very smart. Oh well, breathe. Flex the foot, spread your toes. You can put your hands on something to support you. You can bring your hands to the floor if that's okay for you, if that's not too much. Bring your left hand to the ball of your foot and push the foot and the hand into each other. One of the things I'm thinking about is, because life is it's complex, right? There's a lot of layers to it, especially the older you get. If you have kids, things get more complex. There's more variables, and it's harder to keep your eyes on the goal like you can maybe when you're in your 20s. And if you're in your 20s, amazing, keep your eyes on the goal. Slowly come up. Deep breath, hips back, chest forward. And then release the leg. Do you feel your hips? I feel my hips. When there's so many variables and it's harder to keep your eyes on the goal, know that your vision, that your direction, even if the road becomes very indirect and twisty and turny, it is nourished and nurtured, again, in contrast to what's happening in the world and the flattening and kind of the superficiality. It's growing. The vision changes and grows with the road, with the journey, with the process. Stand on your right leg, lift your left leg up, bend the right knee, bring your left leg over your right. Now, I'm bringing my foot behind my calf for eagle pose. If that's not a situation that is good for your body, you can bring your foot to the floor on the outside of the right foot. Feels actually really good. I'm going to stay here. Arms out to the side, slow breath. And then bring your right arm on top. Left leg on top, right arm on top. Slow breath. And we're doing eagle pose, so we have the vision of the eagle, right? The expansive, broad outlook, which is necessary. And the capacity of the eagle to then get super focused and go down for what they're looking for, down for the rabbit, down for the prey. Come up slowly, inhale, release the leg, and again, circle the hips, shake them out. Stand tall on your right leg, and I mean left. Bend the left knee. Bring your right leg up and over. Again, you can bring your foot behind your calf or put your foot on the ground. That's a little bit more stable, a little less difficult on your system. Arms out to the side, and then left arm over. Slow, deep breathing. It's helpful even in the physical aspect of our yoga practice. There are poses that turn us more inside, like this. It's a little bit more contracted. It turns us deep into a focused space. It requires focus from us. Inhale, slowly come up and out and release it. Shake it out. And some poses turn us more outwardly, deeper into expression, out into the world. Come to lie on your back. I'm trying to figure out where my head should go. I'm going to go here. Bring your knees into your chest. Open the right arm to the right and take your knees to the left. I have a couch here, so I'll move a little bit out of the way. Slow breath. Ground your right shoulder into the earth. And some poses, like twists, turn us to our ability to move into directions at the same time, to let legs go in one way and chest go in the other way, and expand how we're being, how we're seeing, the directions that we're taking. And it doesn't make you less present, it enriches the presence. Bring your knees back to center. And take your knees to the other side. Left shoulder grounded into the earth. As the knees go to the right. Breath slow and deep. Letting yourself do both, being present with where you are and in moments when it's valuable, allowing yourself to space out a little bit, to soften the edges. That's not a bad thing. It's happening because it's necessary. We don't necessarily want to constantly be spaced out. Sometimes we need focus. But I think that the important part is that we don't necessarily stick to just one thing is the right thing, that one way is the right way, that one state of being is the right one or the best one. I think that something I find really important, and it's a little bit in contrast to a lot of the yoga tradition, is that the majority really, is that it's important to be able to include and weave and integrate all the parts of you. Bring your knees back to center with a deep inhale. Roll a little bit on your spine. And then release your legs. We're going to just take a very quick Shavasana so that you can relax all your parts for a moment. If you'd like, you can have your hands on your lower belly, resting on your lower belly to give yourself the message with your touch that you're here for yourself. Or if you prefer, you can open the arms out to the sides, palms facing up. All of your parts matter. All of your experiences can become enriching. Even the things that are a deep struggle and a difficulty can be woven into your life, into who you are, with meaning. And every part, even the most wonderful one, has a shadow that needs to be reflected on and incorporated and seen and not ignored. Every part of you matters. The more parts of you bring to nourish your vision, as you meet yourself in the process of maybe sparking it, maybe it's incubation time, maybe you're still in not knowing, maybe you're further along than you think you are. Every part of you can become a helpful thread in this weaving together process. Deep breath, stretch your arms over your head and stretch out your legs. And bend your knees and roll to whichever side feels better for you at the moment, more supportive. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. And this gesture of the heart's deepest part, the deepest chamber of your heart, becomes Anjali, becomes the offering. In this moment, greet yourself exactly where you are. Breathe yourself in. And know that from here, in the soil of this moment, of your presence with yourself, you can continue to nourish the seeds of whatever it is that you are working to grow in your life. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. I'm so grateful we got to have this time together. If this was helpful, meaningful, somewhat interesting for you, please put a like on this video. It really helps other people find it as well. Share it if you feel called to it. That would be wonderful. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Again, that really helps this channel be found by other people. And please subscribe to my Substack for Muse Medicine that drops every Monday. I love that space as well, and I would love for you to be a part of it also. And I will leave a link for you in the description of the video for this. So I am so grateful for the time we had together. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.